In Salesforce, you can embed a report chart in any standard or custom object record page. In this video, I will show you how to add a report chart to the account record page to show, for example, how much an organization or a household gave last year as compared to this year. So let's get into the tutorial.
Often when we are reviewing an account or a contact, we are looking for key pieces of information to perform a task or take some action. One of the new features in Salesforce Lightning is the ability to add report charts to the various pages so you can visually see summary information quickly. In this example, I want to add a chart to this account page to show giving by year so you can compare how much a household or an organization gave last year versus this year. We have this information in the detailed section of this account page, but I want to be able to add a chart right over here on top of activity to see that information at a glance with a graph. So I have created a report, which is a summary report that shows giving on an account by year. If you do not know how to create report charts, then I recommend you pause this video and go view the last video that we made where we talked about how to create report charts in detail. I will go ahead and link that video in the card above. So I have grouped my data for giving last year as well as this year, and also by account name. And I have also added a column chart with the sum of the amount for each year. So when I run this report, it will show me all my accounts by last year giving and this year giving in a graphical format. But what I want is to show the ABC Foundation part of that data in the ABC Foundation page. So what I want to see is if I had filtered this data for ABC Foundation. But I'm not going to filter the data in the report. What I'm going to do is pull this chart into the account page and then filter on the account page. That's where the filtering magic happens, because on the account page you already have which account you want to filter by. So now that my report is ready, let's see how we will place this in the account page. In order to add a component, which is called a Lightning component, to this page, I'm going to click this setup icon and click Edit Page. So now I'm in the edit version of this page, and I'm going to look for the report chart component in the Lightning components section. So I'm going to search for report charts, and once I locate the component, I'm going to drag it where I want it to appear. So I want it to appear above the activity tab, so I'm going to drag this and drop it above the activity tab. Now, when I do this, it would default to some report, but what I want is that specific report that I had created, which was called Compare Yearly Gifts by Account. So I'm going to go under the report dropdown, and I'm going to look for my report. Once that report is loaded, you will see that it is pulling the data for all the accounts, which is not what I want. I want to filter it by the account itself. So that's where I will go into this filter dropdown, and it says filter by none, and I'm going to select account ID, which is the filter that I want to give it. So when I do that, you will notice that it will only show me the ABC Foundation's total giving from last year as well as total giving from this year. So now I will save this account record page. And once I've saved it, I'm going to go back to the account record page, and you will notice that the report chart has been added. So this is filtering for ABC Foundation because we are on the ABC Foundation account page. If I were to go to another account page, let's say the Presley household, I will see their giving by last year and this year. So it is filtering for the account that we are actually actively in. Now, there's one more thing that we should consider. What happens when we go into an account that has not given any money last year or given any money this year? the chart still appears, but it's not really giving us any data, and it is taking up some very important real estate that we don't want to use for this purpose if there's no data to show. So what you can do is add, this the bonus tip is you can set some visibility criteria that say that when there's no data for last year or this year, don't show this graph on an account page. And how we do this is, again, we go into Setup and Edit Page. And we want to go back to the report chart component. And we want to add component visibility filters. And those are right here. And what we want to say is only show this component if the total gifts from last year. So I'm going to scroll down and look for my field. Total gifts last year is greater than 0, or total gifts this year is greater than 0. And the way that I make sure that it's an or is, instead of saying all filters are true, I'm going to say any filters are true. And I will go ahead and save this. And when I go back and look at the Pepsi account, I will see that that report chart is no longer there because Pepsi doesn't have any giving from last year or this year. But if I were to go back to any of the other accounts that have giving, either this year or last year, the graph will appear.
If you found this video helpful, please give us a like and share it with a colleague or a friend who may also find it useful. We upload a new video every week on the topic of Salesforce tips and tutorials, so consider subscribing so you don't miss any future updates. I'll see you in the next video.